What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Linner's XM Army. If you've been following the channel, you know that we don't take it easy on these machines. We push them to their limits pretty much every time. But if you find that you've been riding in water, and we've seen it happen mostly on Outlanders, but it has started happening to mine every now and then. But essentially, what's happening is when you go into deep water, where the water's, well, I guess right about to the top of the tire, maybe to the headlights, it'll start to idle really rough. So essentially what's happening is either your spark plug boot or your coil pack is getting wet somehow. Obviously, you know, with 6,000, 5,000 kilometers, some of the grease that comes on from factory tends to wear off, and then obviously the water's getting to the spark and it's causing a bad idle in one of your cylinders, essentially calling it a cylinder drop. So what we're going to talk about today is how to fix that. So if you're riding along, you're riding in the water, and some water gets splashed up and then it drops the cylinder and you can't figure out what it is, this is probably one of the two areas that you should be checking. So the first thing is you're going to look for some dielectric grease. Alright, so this is going to be the exact same. The same process, Renegades or Outlanders. The only difference is going to be the start here. So on the Renegades, what you're going to do, first you got to be able to access the spark plugs. You can access the one here, but you can't access the front one. So what you're going to need to do is take your seat off. Once the seat's off, you're then going to pull the center plastic off. So you get the two front tabs loose. And then masseuse everything around. Once you've done this once, nothing will ever go in the same. So you gotta kind of be patient, work with it. Find it easiest to get onto the bike. Just wiggle everything around, just like that. Now, what you're then gonna need is some of this right here. So dielectric grease. Now a lot of people think that this stuff is conductive. It's not. It's an isolant. It's an insulant, sorry. So essentially what you're going to do is you're not going to put it on the connection. What you want to do is you want to create a grease barrier around. So if this is your spark plug and your boot comes on top, what you're going to do is you're just going to coat the outside of it. So when your boot comes down, it'll create that seal so that nothing can get around it. So for the first plug, what you're going to do, it's right here, okay? I don't know if you can see that there. No, it's kind of dark in here. Lighting's not all that great. And so we're actually going to change the spark plugs too, seeing we're in here. Okay, so there's the spark plug. Okay, so before you put your new plug in, this is the optimum time to get the grease on. So what you're going to do is just in those ribs there, be generous. You don't want to have to do this again. Okay, once that's done, you're going to put that into its new home, like so. Just like that. Spark plug's in there. Grease is on there. Now we're just gonna put our boot on. And just like that. And that's one spark plug done. Now for the next one, it is super fun because you gotta go through the fender. Or the well, sorry. Probably don't have the stock push tabs. So all I've got is zip ties. There's one. Okay. So that's detached. Now here's the fun part. So we get to go right in here, and on the other side, now this valve cover is your spark plug. So you're gonna go in there, you'll be able to feel it. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna remember to pull on the boot, not your cable. And then your spark plug boot will be off. We're just gonna do the same thing to get the spark plug off. Take our Can-Am tool. Drop it down. Do. If I can find the top of it, there we go. Gotta remember it's on an angle. So, to start this off, if you're on the trail and you swamp your bike, you got to do this. You can use everything that Can-Am's provided you. So this is your screwdriver. You're going to use this, put it in the top of the hole. Put that one more spot down, just like that. Okay, and you're going to just break the thread on the spark plug. So it makes it a lot easier for you to take it off. You're just going to stick the screwdriver through there. We're just going to turn that to loosen it off. Obviously make sure you're turning it the right way. There you go. So now the thread is unlocked. You can do the rest by hand. We're just going to keep turning that. Do. And so finally, the spark plug may be removed. Okay, just like that. Okay, so same process as before. Throw some dielectric grease on there. And just like that. Okay. Same thing, so we're gonna grab our Can-Am tool, wherever I put that right here. Okay. I guess I can tell you we're using the big end. that slipped down there. I'm gonna start tightening it down. Okay, when it stops turning by hand, just grab your screwdriver again, put it in that hole, and we're just tightening it up. So you don't want to be stupid crazy with making this thing tight, you just want to make sure that it's snug. In case you know, have to take it off again because of crazy water stuff. There is a lock washer at the end of these spark plugs, so as long as you get it tight enough, they won't come off. Okay, that's it. We're gonna put our plug boot back on.